Connie, no specific questions. Andy, you tried to log in and you were denied? Whew, it would be helpful if you could guide me through the process again. Okay.
I don't remember exactly what happened because I have so many balls in the air. But you have to create a username and you have to create a password. Is that right?
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe we can review the registration process to begin with, and
Sure.
maybe I think that might give us more insight of, and it also like maybe if there was any step you might have choose different options or and then we can see what happens when you actually sign up, so we know what stage you might be at with the registration. So maybe we can do this, Antonia. I can share the screen
Yeah.
and then we can walk through the process.
Yeah.
So here is our website. So I think to create the account, we actually go through the register process, right?
So before you do that, Manish, let me just make sure, Connie and Andy, do you both have the link for this website?
Go ahead, Connie.
I was able to go ahead and successfully register, but I feel like the first time I did it early on, right after our practicum, and it did not work. And then I did it a little bit later, I think, and it did work. And you have to go to your email and I think accept some kind of verification.
Yes. Yes. That's
exactly. Yeah, I never got that email.
Okay.
Andy, did you by chance check your spam folder or your junk mail? Or suspect mail? It's depending on your browser. It will read as different things.
You want me to do that now?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
All right. And then I just lost the image.
Oh, you lost the image. Let me start sharing again.
I can't see anything.
How about now, Andy? I reshared it.
Oh, no. So I can't even control. I'd have to like get out of this meeting.
I see.
Okay. No worries. Let me quickly check the status of where and at what step is Andy's registration.
So if I lose you, I'll come back. Okay.
Okay.
Oh no, I didn't lose you. Okay.
So let's see where at what step is Andy at. Okay, so Andy, is this the right email which you use? wallacan00@gmail.com. Oh, looks like he.
Oh.
Hi, Andy. You
He
there?
I think we lost him.
Yeah, he just. I think he signed out and he.
Oh no, it says he's there, but his video's gone.
Yeah. So it looks like Antonia, his registration has gone through the verification process, so the account is active.
Oh,
and
okay.
he should be able to active.
Oh, so I created it.
Yes, it did went through.
Yeah.
So I'm in.
Oh, you're able to log in? You are able to log in to the portal?
I have no idea what my password was or anything. So.
Okay. Try forget password option. So let me go back. So this is the correct email address you're using, right?
Yeah, that's the correct one. Yeah.
Okay. So 2020, your status checked in. So that shows your account is active.
Okay.
And I'm looking through, this is the administration portal for the website, just so we monitor and manage all the user accounts. So if you could not remember your password, then click on the forget password and maybe so go through that process. You'll get the email to reset up your password.
So do you want me to go to that right now on my computer?
You could do that now or later. It's up to you. You could do that now as well.
So it's Mark TMF Community?
It's uclamarkcommunity.com.
Okay. And it says this site can't be reached.
Oh.
For me. Why not?
Manish, you want to copy paste that link in the chat
Yes, let me do that.
or to Andy, and he can just copy paste it out of there and make
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's a good thought. Let me do that.
Is it okay to monopolize all the time here?
Oh, totally.
I just feel like an idiot.
Oh no,
No,
this is all new. It's new for Manish and I we've been in it for years, so it's not new to us, but it's new to everybody else.
I have posted the link on the chat window.
And Andy, you're ahead of about 20 other people in your class because we still have about 20 people who haven't registered yet. So today, as of today, we had 31 who had attempted it. So you're one of those first 31.
Yeah, it's the right. It's the right link.
Uh,
Is it my browser?
could be, is it okay if you can share your screen? Maybe that could give us a little more insight into.
Sure.
Let me make you a presenter.
Which browser are you using out of curiosity?
I'm using Google.
Chrome.
Oh,
That should
Chrome.
be
Yeah,
fine.
that should be fine. So I make.
So can I share now?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
have made you a host, so you should be able to share with the share screen button on
Okay.
the bottom.
Okay. Here, I think this is it. Do you see this?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's community is spelled wrong.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah, there's
yeah.
only one.
Two
N.
N's. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
God.
Good catch.
And I am a professor.
No worries.
Maybe just not a typist.
I just think I'm very tired right now. All right, so it's UCLA
MARC
MARC
COMMUNITY.
COMMUNITY.
TY.
Why?
Yeah.
That's it, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep, that should work.
So why isn't it working?
I think did you put .com in the end? Put .com as well because it could be .org. There could be several different extension, right? There you go.
Oh, right.
Yay.
Hey.
Save it, star it.
Okay, so looks like your password worked. Okay, so you're able to log
Yeah.
in.
Okay, I'm in. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
So I think, sorry, you have anything, Antonia?
No, go right ahead.
No, I think it's a good segue to even kind of show like once you log in and you have not set up your profile, you will keep getting this pop-up message saying update your profile.
So you want me to click on that?
Yes,
You want me to get off the share screen, or you want me to do this?
I
What do
think
you
we
want?
can walk through this because I
Okay,
think that's one of the pages which is very important for everyone to update. And if it's okay, we can use your
sure.
profile as a way to kind of go through this. Antonia, would you like to walk through the process of what?
Sure. So Andy, we'll take a few. And Connie, have you filled out your profile as yet?
Yeah, I have done that.
Okay, great. So Andy, best thing is probably to start up on the top left and get your photo in there. And you just have to click on that change and upload a photo in that picture size that's there.
Okay, I'll do that later.
Right, exactly. The parts beneath it where it says my practice background and collaboration interest, you don't have to do anything there. Those will be auto-populated when you fill out other stuff on the right from
Okay,
your personal info. So you go, the email and year attended, those are auto-populated as part of your registration process. So you have your name that's in there, select your country, state, and city. Can you go scroll down, Manish?
sure.
Oh, that's yours. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then the mindfulness area that you want to select, what this will do is put you on particular lists. So if Mark wants to send out something about volunteers for teens or for first responders or whatever it is, and all you do is you just click on, just touch one of those that you like and it'll pop, you'll see it pop over to the right. There you go. And if you say, oh, I made a mistake, I don't want to do those, then you click the one on the right and it'll pop back over on the left.
There's a lot here, right?
Yeah, there's quite a few, and you can select all that apply. Yeah.
Just a quick comment on that. So this is actually an area which you may be currently practicing or something you are more interested to learn or teach about. So it could go both ways.
Yeah. Okay.
I really want to do everything.
Well, there you go. So it means you'll be on more news feeds, just so you know. And at any time, you can go into your profile and change this. At
Okay.
any time, right? So this is up for grabs. And if there are any other interests that haven't been called out there, you can highlight them in the next box, next field.
Could I ask a question?
Sure, Connie.
So once you've made that list, are you able to easily find others that have similar interests? So if you want to say grab 10 people in a particular area and you want to talk to those 10 people about that subject, then you could contact them that way?
Yeah, so how you would do that is when we go back out into discussion forums, many of these same topics will be as part of discussion forums, and you can go in there and do a call. So that'll kind of narrow your scope a little bit.
Okay.
And you can do a call to action like, oh, anyone interested in a program for teens? Or I've been asked to work with kindergartners. I don't know what to do. And you can, that you can write to people that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just fill it in, right?
Yep. Fill in all the areas that are asterisked in red. And then your social media info. And be sure to click. And that would be your entire, so I encourage you, like if you have a LinkedIn page or an Instagram page, that you go to that site and you copy and paste that link and stick it in here. That way you don't have the chance of having misspellings.
An update, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Click update. There you go.
So if you notice, Andy, right now you got this pop-up message because you have to fill all the ones which have these red asterisks in the end. So all the mandatory fields have to be filled in order to actually save all these settings which we have set.
And if you wanted to, just for now, and if you want to go in there and, well, you can select your country. But if for the other areas of like your about you and your experiences, you can just put blah, blah, blah for now. Just write something and you know that you can come back and
Change.
and then that will allow you to save, right?
Right.
Just put a period.
There you go. Yeah, you can just print a period. It's true.
I can just do a period. Okay.
Yeah.
Or B.
Short for blah. And then I think you had to choose.
All right.
You had to
I'm from Alabama,
right.
and I live in Abilene, which is in Alabama. I want to get this right, though.
I think that brings an important point. It is very important to put like your demographics correct because a lot of time when the UCLA is going to post news, they might sometimes choose based on the region, things like job opportunities, things like that. So if you haven't set those correctly, you may sometime get filtered out from those notifications.
So that's it.
Okay, now you see that you have all the settings.
Should I close it or what?
Click OK. So you can see on the left how Antonia mentioned, like my practice background, collaboration interests got pre-populated based on what response you have set. And this actually provides, because this is now a social setting, which some of it would be available to be viewed by other users, other students. So things like my practice background, collaboration interests do show up in your social profile if somebody wants to get to know more about what you're practicing in, if there's any collaboration opportunities or things they are more interested in and you can work together, those sorts of things.
Are there any other functions of this?
So right now, I think this is pretty much like it's more like your networking profile page for now. So once you have set this up, so you're done with the first step of setting your profile. Now you can access the rest of the functionality by if you go to the top left next to the icon, there is this sign. Yes, if you click on that, it brings up more of the functionalities available on this portal. So maybe we can review the first one to start with.
This one?
Yes, all users.
Want me to click on it?
Yes, please.
So these are all the people. Cool. You're there, Connie.
There I am.
Very cool.
So if you don't mind, if you click on anybody's profile, let's say we choose Connie or profile, or you can see now the other person interest. Like I think there was a question asked. If I want to know what other person are interested in, you can get to know what this person is interested in, what's their practice background. And if you want to contact them, there is an email address out here you can use to reach out to them. And I think if you go down, there is also social contact. So you would get to know how can I connect through Skypes or even a personal website, those sort of things.
So this is how you could communicate.
Yeah, so right now the way we have set this up or build this is to provide you information of social connection. Now, to have the social connection happen, you have to do it outside. Now, since you have email address, Skype, you could use Skype or your personal email inbox to connect with this person.
And if I understood during the practicum, we'll be able to communicate with the wider TMF community through this as well, but not yet.
Well, we can do that yet as well. So I think that brings us to the next point.
They can only get to the wider community after they graduate.
Right, right,
You're part of the 2020 year.
right. And Andy, if you go a little up, there is also a search under the all user function. I just wanted to um, bring it out. Even though right now it's going to be just for 2020, once you graduate, you will be connecting with the bigger group. It would be helpful then you can use this search criteria to search by year or by name, city, if you want to see somebody's profile. So like, for instance, you can maybe like, let's say type United States, for instance, or choose that. So since you specifically search, it only showed the result of that person.
Yeah, let's clear it. Let's do Los Angeles, all right?
So Los Angeles is, there you go.
Yep. So the good
What city you want to?
Now remember, only 31 people from your class have registered so far. So it's not a complete list.
Yes.
So here's San Francisco. Okay.
It come in quite handy as we have more people, we have more users. So the website filters out and shows the result right there itself. Let's try now maybe go to contact us form. So if you don't mind, Andy, can you click on the contact us form on the top right? And I'm kind of using you as a guinea pig, but if you feel uncomfortable,
Sure,
you can share.
no, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So here you can, so this is basically in case if you have any questions which is related to the website or in general related to the program, this is the page where you can actually post your inquiry, your question, even suggestion for us to know what kind of difficulty you're facing in. And we have just categorized this by two ways, whether it's a general question or technical question. Technical are more reserved for any website related issues. Anything other than that, you can use general as an option. The rest of the things are straightforward. You put your name, email address, subject, and the message.
So who reads these questions, or does it get sort of triaged based on what your subject matter is? Let's say if it's a general question.
Right. That's a good question you asked. Actually, right now we are based with volunteer effort. So um, the way it get triage is based on the type, general or technical. So we have first step process where we have volunteers who have helped to sign up to read these questions. So once you actually submit this request, it auto-populate an email to the person who's been assigned to help out with this activity. So one of the volunteer from the TMF program in the system, we have set up their email to whom this email goes to. So the first step is that person will try to answer this question. If it's a technical question which require more knowledge about the website building and administration, then that person can actually send it back to the developer support which we have for this website who actually build this, who can then actually help out in fixing the issue or providing the response. So it's a kind of a two-step process, mostly run by volunteers who have signed up to help us out on managing this website and the program.
That's very impressive. It's great.
Yes.
Anything you want to add, Antonia?
Nope, you covered it.
So I think that brings another important point, and maybe I missed that. If we can go back to that my profile section, please. I I think we missed this question. There is a question out here which says, if you go to the bottom, are you interested to volunteer? A little bit more up.
Up higher.
And if you choose yes and no, so interested in learning about volunteer opportunity through Mark, select that all apply. And if you select yes, it auto-populates the different areas of volunteer opportunities that are available. So I think it is helpful if we set this on our profile. It helps us to know who are the people who are available, and then we can always reach out to them. We can train them, and again, this is all out of joy, out of love. So there is no like pressure that you have to do this. It's more like easy step process based on your availability. We can work with you.
Cool.
Mhm.
Very cool.
So that pretty much covers the profile and the contact us.
What's
And
this?
sorry,
Antonio,
the next,
right? Would you like to cover the TMF news?
yeah, the two big places, once you fill out your profile, the two big places where we anticipate TMF students are going to be working mostly is in this TMF news, which is going to be mostly Mark speaking to us. So this is when Stacy has to send emails, when there's anything going on. That's where the news feed is going to be coming out from. So if you click on TMF News right now, Andy,
Says-
it says you have to, your changes may not be saved. You have to go to the bottom and say save
oh,
changes.
okay.
Somehow, I think, yeah, the changes are not saved.
You have
So
to
let's
click on- So Manish, I guess if you make, you have now updated, okay, successfully, great. Let me go back up to that top left menu.
Here.
And then
Okay.
you can go to TMF News. Great. So here, there isn't any news yet, but as soon as we have critical mass there, Stacy is going to be populating this. So all the irregular emails that we get now, those will be minimized to just the super urgent ones. If there's something that she absolutely knows she needs to get in front of everybody and it's a time sensitive email, those will get sent out to everyone. Here, this will be loaded by subject, so you can look at them by subject. And there will be a place, I believe, for comments in this as well. Yes, Manish?
Yeah, yes, sir. Would it help, Antonia? I could show everyone like we have a test environment, right? The sandbox, just to give the feel of how it looks.
Sure.
I
The
can,
others aren't populated yet. Yeah,
yes.
that would be helpful.
Okay. So Andy, I'm gonna take the screen sharing back from you,
Okay.
and then let's do that. Uh, so let's see. I think you might have to make me back as a host. Uh, Perfect. Oh, okay.
Are you the host? No.
No,
Oh, make you the host. Okay.
yes.
So as Manish is pulling up our test website, this is the one where you'll see a lot of blah, blah, blahs. We've inserted lots of different things to test the functionality as we've been working on it. And one of the things to note is that, we originally were calling this a website, and it really is not a website. This is a platform, it's a portal, because it's interactive. The
Right.
main intent is for students to engage with each other in between practicums, really. So if you can, normally we have to wait until you graduate to be part of a Facebook page or something like that. And this is going to increase the ability for everyone to actually communicate, find each other, share possible job opportunities, collaboration opportunities. That's the beauty of this portal. So you'll see here, once the TMF News is populated, and you're seeing on the left menu, what you're seeing is actually the administrator view. So you'll notice in your own, everything below that solid white line will not show up for users. That's strictly, these are the pieces for the MARC admin to use, with the portal admin. So the only two pieces we have to cover are the TMF News and the discussion forums. And this is the TMF News. So you'll see the subject and you'll see the date. And here's one that is put in. That's a good one, Manish, because in it you'll see it has links to evaluation form. This would be in lieu of a regular email. It has other resources available on here. And some of them, when the news is posted, the person posting this will decide in that moment if they want it open to comments or not. Some of them may not have comments. Some of them may, like this one is one that actually has a comment field, but the admin has to put that in and say, yes, I will allow comments. Some of them, there's nothing to comment on because it's just news. They're just telling us stuff. And so it won't be open to comments. And that will be left to the discretion of the news poster, whoever's posting. So that's just your typical format. And that's pretty straightforward.
And just to add to that, some of these email posted or some of these news posted would trigger an email to your registered email account. So again, it's up to the UCLA MARC staff to feel that this is an important email or a news, and I want, when we create this news posting, it should trigger an email to all the users who are recipient of this particular news. So you might see in some cases, you might get in your email some sort of email saying, oh, there's a new posting on this website, and in that email, there is a link. When you click on that link, it will auto take you to this website and open the news for you. For um, some of those, you won't get the email. So it's again, depending on the importance, depending on the severity of it, UCLA might choose that option or not. So just letting you know, in case if you sometime don't see any email coming in, however you see a news posting on this website, it might be that UCLA staff didn't thought that there should be an email being sent. And I think it's again based on, we don't want the user's email address inbox to be flooded with all the UCLA emails. So I think that's why we had this feature implemented.
Any questions about the news?
No, looks great.
Connie, you good with that?
Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
Cool. So once, these will be posted chronologically. So if you'll have to make sure, like if there's something that you want to find, you'll have to just keep scrolling down or search by subject, right? So you can pop in There you go, TMF. And, it will pop up certain things.
Well, here's a question that I'm just thinking of now. As the years go by, can you delete those off of this page once you've read it, or will they stay there indefinitely?
So this stays indefinitely. This is like a view only or read only access for the users. If UCLA thinks that they want certain of those to be deleted or archived and no longer be available, I think that's a decision made by Mark. But right now, as a user, you cannot delete this. The only thing you can do is just read it or comment it. That's the only function available.
Okay, well, hopefully they'll have some kind of like a number of months or time that they want to have it posted, because otherwise I imagine that's going to get pretty full.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's a good point. Maybe that's something, yeah, we can bring in our.
I'm actually taking notes, Vanessa,
Okay,
for this meeting. So.
perfect. And like, and this is just an open thought since you mentioned that, would it be preferable that we have this set up on the user side? Like, I as a user want after, or I as a user want to delete all the last year news posting from my TMF news, so I have an ability to do that. So that way it's more personal rather than, because some people might want to have them available for several years as an archive, while others don't really, it doesn't matter for them.
Mm-hmm.
So would you think that would be a better option, rather than the UCLA making those purging and archiving on these news posting,
Well,
making that
now that you say that, yeah, maybe there is something that I want to say that they think they only want to post for a certain amount of time, and vice versa. So that might be nice to have that as an option on the user end.
Okay.
Yeah, I've taken that note.
And I agree with Connie. I think if you have the ability to give the user that function, it would be it's desirable to control that. What stays, what doesn't stay.
Great.
Like if UCLA feels okay about publishing it, then let us control if we want to hold on to it or not.
Right. Right. And also just want to add to this that, imagine this is just as an email inbox. So UCLA has posted these emails to your inbox. So if you haven't created your profile yet, there is no way for UCLA to post emails which were posted earlier than when you created the contact. So you will only gonna start seeing the news posting after you have created your profile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
So now that leads us to the last one, which is discussion forum. I'm going to use our live profile instead of test because I think we have different forums out there.
That's right, we do. Okay, so the discussion forums, this is where things get a little more specific. You can see the discussion topics that are there. The general one is where Manish was just our first one is to just do that. Just capture anything that's sort of a general, it doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit into a specific category, to go ahead and put it in the general. If there's something that's super specialized that doesn't fit into any of the other areas, there is special interest. One person has already pointed out maybe underserved populations might be one. So what we'll be able to do on the administrative side is look and see if for some reason there are many coming up in special interest or general, or people send us a request to say, hey, can we get a new topic area, a new forum topic, then we'll be able to assess that and see how much interest, how many people are signing up for that and put another one on. So you can post to forums. You may not create a new forum yourself. The creation of the new forum will happen through the MARC. And this is also how you can get to your own class. So TMF Grads 2020. Once you graduate, you will then see access to all the other years by year.
Okay.
Right. So for example, if I wanted to send to our class, Manish and I were the year of 2017, we could say, hey, everyone, you know, and you could reach out to your whole group. But for you for now, until you graduate, you will have access to your own class.
And just want to add to this that all these forums right now, when you or someone from the 2020 class post anything in these forum, the discussion is only limited to your class. So um, so that we have a separate structure for the alumni one. So you won't be able to see any posting from them. So this is more personalized for your own class. So I think this is a great um, platform for you to kind of post and share things which may be relevant to your own practice or even to practicum or anything you have specific to that you want to bring it out to a bigger audience.
Manish, do you know if there's one of these forums that maybe have a little bit more in
Like,
it?
I'm not sure if anybody
I'm
has
sure, yeah, they're
started.
all pretty clean right now.
Yeah, I think because this is all new, maybe we can start by just doing it even as a tutorial to post on this forum, um, and then let's just post like so. Let's say if you want to post something to the TMF 2020 forum, this is how we select which forum we want to post um, our note. Uh, our information or anything I want to bring to discussion. So let's say this
Maybe
is
we can give people a reminder to actually fill out their profiles completely, Manish.
Give
yeah,
them a deadline.
I think that's a great idea. So let's compose uh,
Complete your profile. There you go. And you can see as Manish is writing the note that at the bottom you can choose files to upload a file if you want. You do have a size maximum, so it can only take one MB, right? One,
yes,
one
um,
megabyte.
1 megabyte.
So
Yeah,
you couldn't post a very long video. You couldn't, you know, just be careful with the files that you choose, and it will let you know if it exceeds, you know, the capacity. And it's a standard email composition form. So all of that should be familiar to people.
So we're calling this a portal.
Yeah,
So when you refer to this, you're calling it the TMF platform. What's the title we're calling this?
that's a good question, Connie. We're still early days. So the team itself, we at our last meeting, that was one of our points. Like we need to hammer down what exactly we're calling it because we started with the website and then realized, oh no, we are developing much more than a website. That's a passive one-way giving of information or presenting of information. This is really a portal for communication. So it's a web platform. The platform is what it sits on. This function is it's a portal, a communication portal. Right now, Manisha, we didn't actually land on one, did we? The TMF. I think we're calling it the community portal, I believe, but because just, but
right.
we
Uh,
have next week to confirm all that.
Right. I think because we clarified who the intended audience is right now, since there are different programs running under the mark, I think this is more specifically built for the people who have signed up for training in mindfulness facilitation, the year-long course. So it's more sort of TMF community platform or TMF website platform. That's what we are kind of leaning towards.
So is it platform or portal, Manisha? It's platform, TMF community platform.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I like the word platform more than the portal, but in some way I think it's more personalized. Like if you feel that the functionality, the thing it's bringing connects to you as what a portal does, then maybe you can say that a portal. For me, it's more like a platform because I think it's bringing a lot of collaboration together, like bringing people together for discussion. Portal sometimes for me is more personalized, a
Mm,
one-way communication, like a healthcare portal. If I have to go to doctor office and see my bills, see my medical record, it's just more personalized to me,
mm,
one-on-one. Then it's more portal. But to me, this is like communication, multiple people communicating together, a wider audience. So a word platform might suit more
might be
with
more
this.
appropriate. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense. Thanks for distinguishing those two things. That makes perfect sense.
sure. Thanks. So let's create a posting. So as you see, I can do a lot of different editing things. This is a standard editor. I can choose the color, font. I can choose different styles. So once I have done that, let's click on post. And I have chose this to be posted on the grads forum. So once I do that, and I can either close it or say go to the forum, and there you go. So now this actually took you directly to the TMF Grad 2020 forum, and this is the posting that's available. So this is something that is visible to all the 2020 class, and this is how it looks. And then I can reply back to that, or somebody can reply back if they have any questions. So it actually brings more engagement in that fashion.
So they'll only see this message if they've actually come into the platform, clicked onto 2020 discussion forum. They're not going to get an email, right?
Correct. Right now in this phase, we didn't enable or actually build up the email notification thing. But if that's something that we find is a good utility and has a good value, then maybe we can add this to as a wish list for future enhancement stuff. Since this is still work in progress, our aim is to keep developing this so it can best serve everybody's needs.
And Connie, additionally, if you say you have something that you want to reach out to a specific audience for, and you cannot send the email directly through the discussion forum, you could do a search for people's interests in your class, and then each person's profile has their email there,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you can, that is a mandatory field for everyone
Mm-hmm.
because that is the means of communication. So you can compose your email in another window and take all their email addresses from their profile pages and send out a direct email. So you have the capacity to do it, just not from within the platform.
Gotcha.
And that is it.
Well, it's great. It's very impressive.
Thank you guys. This
You're
is
doing
amazing.
great job.
Can I put something on my wish list?
Sure.
Absolutely.
I'm taking notes of wish lists and other things that I've noticed.
Yeah,
I would love, if we're going to have this as TMF community, if there's a section for like resources, like all users, my profile, TMF news, discussion forums. If there's resources, for example, a level of scientific articles from, basic to moderate to, more detailed. I'd love to have a resource to go to where if I wanted to pull some resources to show the science behind mindfulness, that I could quickly come here and grab that particular resource.
Great.
that could be over like on the left-hand side, right? It could be like another category underneath. Discussion forums could be resources.
Mhm.
And then you click on that, and then it would take you to all these scientific and philosophical references.
Yes.
That would be very, very useful. I would use that.
Great. Yeah, we actually have our own wish list of the next There was many things. We really wanted to get this to you for the April practicum. We actually wanted to get it to you for the January practicum, but April was cutting it really close for us. And so we took that opportunity to go through all of the development wish lists and say which things are must-haves and which things are nice-to-haves.
Right.
That said, we're continuing to add to that list because this is ours. We're the TMF community. It's for us. It's by us. It's going to be curated and manicured through us. So
it's fantastic.
Yeah, the more ideas you have, the better. The more you play with it, the better. And encourage other people. Like, it would be great when you do at the beginning. I'm thinking when you do post something, might be interesting for you to send an email to a couple of people that you know and say, hey, I just posted this on our forum. Go check it out, right? And you could promote it a little bit, because this will only be as alive and as viable and vital as we use it.
Right. Well, I'm already within the Blackboard community. I haven't been getting emails through the Blackboard, and we got a reminder through Stacy that if we're not getting enough information, go through your settings. And I went through that, and all my settings are on. It's not going to junk. So I'm not sure why I'm not getting email notifications from the Blackboard community. But when I go to Blackboard, I can find messages, and people have said, hey, does anybody want to start a book club? And so I've missed that. So now I'm training myself just to log into Blackboard because I'm not getting notifications. So what was my point? My point is, I guess the same thing is, this is sort of taking over the Blackboard community functionality.
Yes. Yeah, the intention, Connie, the higher level vision there is that Blackboard is specifically for assignments, and that this be for our conversations.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for doing this. It's really helpful. Really helpful to know that I was much farther along than I thought I was. And it's very, very kind of you to take the time out. And it's very impressive what you guys are doing.
Yay to you guys. This is phenomenal.
And stay safe. I got to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
Bye.
Thanks. Hey, Manish.
Hey, you want to stick along a little longer, or?
Yeah, just a few minutes.
Sure.
I have a 6 o'clock, so